We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family. Come have some great food. Have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry-out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
High school basketball is back here on Indiana SRN. Welcome to Covenant Christian High School tonight. The Warriors, their season opener, taking on the Panthers of Park Tudor. Great to have you with us on this Wednesday night. High school basketball on Indiana SRN is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group. We're in business to create a better future for you and your family. McGinley Wrights Financial, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Drumstick Dash 2024, move your feet so others can eat. And the Indiana SRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Troy Dergowski along with Coach Beth Davini. I say coach because you've been in it for so long.
A long
you
time.
just can't get rid of that label, can you?
A long time, yeah. It's humbling to be able to come back and to do some of this and watch where we are in the girls' game, and obviously with the WNBA that we've had, the season that we've had with the WNBA, I think we're going to see a big push back in the girls basketball direction for especially the young kids coming out.
I know for so many years when you get that opening night and you get a chance to get the players out there underneath the lights, there's a lot of question marks. You got players returning from a year ago. You've got new players. You're trying to mix everybody in. It can be a really tough night sometimes if you just never really feel like you're ready.
Yeah, it's always good as a coach to get that first game in. You know, you look forward to it and you're able to run a lot of different things and move a lot of pieces around. And I think that that's what we're going to see tonight from two coaches that have one that has a lot of seniors back and another one with just two seniors. So we're probably going to see them move a lot of pieces around tonight, and I look for a good game. All
right, let's talk about the Panthers of Park Tudor. Last year they went 12-10. They went 1-2 in the Pioneer South. They ended up losing to Sheridan in the sectional tournament, 55-40. They did not play this Covenant team last year. They've got some players back. Maybe the best one that we're going to see tonight is Delia Kemp, who averaged nearly 17 points per game last year.
Right. Yeah, we played Park Tudor in the sectional at their place, and we had a pretty good team at Sheridan last year, and they also had a good team. It was a close game till early in the third quarter, and we hit some open shots and did some nice things, and were able to pull away a little bit from them. But they had a really nice team, handled the ball really well, so looking forward to seeing what they have come back. And I know Coach Smiley said that he's got some young kids in the mix coming in to support Chandler Eve, and he's looking forward to seeing how they all mesh together.
A couple of players they will not return this year that were instrumental for Park Tudor last year. Lily Harris averaged over 8 points per game and over 8 rebounds per contest. She since graduated, as did Claire Webster, at nearly 6 points per game and 5 rebounds per game. When you have a player like Kemp and you miss some players from last year, does that put a little more pressure on her to maybe up that average a little bit to try to maybe take up some of the scoring slack that they don't have back from last year?
Yeah, she'll definitely have to step up and continue on with her scoring. I think what Coach will be looking for tonight is who's going to step into those rebounding roles. She had 12 or 13 rebounds there that are going to have to be accounted for. And so for me as a defensive-minded coach, that's what I'm looking for in my practices is how do I fill those gaps. You can fill the points gaps with 4 different kids, but trying to fill those rebound gaps sometimes is difficult.
Team that averaged 10 rebounds on offense per game last season. We're going to come back. We'll talk about the Warriors of Covenant Christian coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Back here at Covenant Christian, time to talk about a Warrior basketball team, Coach, that hoping to turn some things around. They're a team, if you look at the history, they've been very good, but the last couple of years they have struggled just a little bit.
Yeah, they have a great history of basketball at Covenant Christian, and looking to do a little bit of rebuilding and speaking with their coach. They have 6 seniors who are going to get a large amount of playing time, a couple juniors and a sophomore thrown into the mix. So excited to see what they can do tonight.
Well, when you look at last year, only averaged 39 points per game and nearly 25 rebounds. They will get some steals, averaged 10 per game last year, but they went 8-17. They were only 4-7 at home. Let's talk about some of their key players that we're going to look at this year. Of course, you had from last year, Vivian Hafner averaged 11 points per game. Avery Ricard averaged just over 7 points per game. Mariah Armstrong at 5, and then Emmeline Flatt was at 3 points and 4 rebounds per game. What do you see in this team this year?
I think, as always, you're going to see a scrappy Covenant Christian team. They always play hard. They get after it. They rebound, offensive rebound. So I think we're going to see all of those kids doing the same types of things that they always do, but with a little more experience and another year under their belt.
So if you're looking at the first game of the year as a former head coach and watching this one tonight, what do you expect? What do you want to see? Certainly you've had a chance to scrimmage. You went against each other plenty of times in practice. What do you want to see happen tonight?
I want to see my team come out and control the tempo of the game. That was always one thing that we focused on, and getting up and down the floor, taking care of the basketball, and controlling the tempo of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting. And we also, by the way, at some point tonight, we'll talk about the latest polls that are out. The preseason polls are out. We'll talk about those. And also our annual watch list is out as well. And if you don't think that Indiana has a lot of very talented girl basketball players, think again, because there's a lot of good ones out there.
Wow, you look at that list, and it's pretty incredible to look at what they've done, what all of those kids have accomplished in their high school careers.
We will come back in a couple of moments, and we'll get things tipped off in just a little bit. Hopefully we'll get back in time. We'll run down the starters for both teams. We'll do that coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
She's got 21 on that. She's a 5'8" senior guard. Number 25, 5'8" sophomore. Forward,
There are the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Park Tudor and Covenant Christian. Great to have you with us. Over 100 games will be broadcast this year on IndianaSRN. You said a little bit ago it's hard to believe that high school basketball is here, but here we go. We had games on Monday, 2 games on Monday, several games last night, bevy of games tonight. Let's talk about keys to this one. First off for Park Tudor.
Keys for Park Tudor tonight, youth. They have some youth, so they're going to have to take care of the basketball. And he wants them to compete at a high level. So let's get after it.
And back Covenant Christian.
Covenant Christian, coach wants them to play together and use that senior leadership. Get out and push the ball and control the tempo.
By the way, Dee Kemp is 6'2". I'm going to be really curious to see how Covenant's going to handle her as you see her jumping in the middle. Tip will be won by Park Tudor. We are underway. They attack immediately, and the first shot will be missed by Squires, and they're able to get the loose basketball. Park Tudor in the black and Covenant Christian in their home white. Thanks for being with us here tonight. Girls high school basketball, and there's a turnover for Park Tudor. Back the other way we go. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and they'll say the ball is actually off the hands of Mariah Armstrong. So each team with a turnover early, and Park Tudor will get it back. Covenant trying to improve off an 8-17 year last year. There's the drive short on the shot against Squires. She is now 0 for 2. Covenant will push the pace. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds down low. Last touched by Kylie Ritz.
Yep, Covenant pushing the ball early. It's a good sign for their seniors.
As we mentioned earlier, with both teams getting their season underway tonight, a little feeling out process for sure as a 3 is on the way and missed. And we'll head the other way.
Park Tudor's controlling the boards a little bit right now, so Covenant's going to have to do a better job on the boards.
Well, they'll have to take care of the basketball, too. That's the second turnover for Park Tudor. As we head the other way, we got a foul before the attempted shot. That'll go against Sydney Squires. That'll be her first.
Nice and aggressive on both ends.
All right, do you like to play man or do you like to play zone?
I'm a man coach.
All right.
So I like the aggressiveness so far from both teams.
And you said earlier that one thing about it, you're a defensive-minded coach, so I'm sure sometimes when you don't see your defense play very well, you kind of squirm a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit, you know. First game, though, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. That's right. Here's a drive down the lane. Shots in and out by Armstrong and rebounded by Kemp. And then Kemp turns it over. That's number 3. And guess what? Covenant turned it over themselves. You know what turns my stomach sometimes? Turnovers.
Me too.
I tell you what, that'll drive me nuts.
Right.
Julia Hoffman, I believe, will pick up the foul. I got to share with you, Coach, we did a game last year. I think Keith was with me that night. And the winning team, this is on the boys' side, had 35 turnovers. Explain that to the film session the next day for me, will you?
That's a lot of non-sleep at night, wondering how you're going to take care of the basketball.
Boy, no kidding. Nice crossover, pull-up jumper. No, we remain scoreless. We're almost 2 minutes in. Pushing the tempo is Rademacher, and we have another foul call.
It's pretty characteristic of the first 2 minutes of the season. It's nothing to worry about.
I don't know. I'd be worried.
You just need that first basket, and then everything goes.
Okay, so
That's right.
If we can get one, we'll be in good shape.
Just need that first basket.
Covenant will inbound the basketball on the baseline. And your shot's going to roll off the rim. Mariah Armstrong has had a couple of close ones, could not get that one to fall.
Park Tudor's in the 2-3 zone out of bounds.
By the way,
a little bit of a height advantage for Park Tudor.
Covenant needs to improve on their shooting from a year ago. They were only 31% from two-point range and 30% from three-point range, and that was a bad miss by Rademacher. So shooting has not been their strength, and there is already 4 turnovers from Park Tudor. They have not been able to get it to Kemp yet down low. Good defense here by Park Tudor. Driving the lane. Kemp gets the block. So again, both teams really struggling on offense here in the first quarter. Well, that one hard off the backboard by Chandler Eve. And as we run the floor the other way, that's a turnover. I don't keep stats very well, Coach, but I do keep turnovers.
Yeah, I'd like to see their wings get out a little bit wider, make it easier, make that pass a little bit easier to get into the basket. Like I said, pretty characteristic of early basketball. Maybe not so much the turnovers, but just them both trying to push tempo a little bit.
We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. They're the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. Also want to thank the fine folks at Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call at 317-472-7600. 5:29 opening quarter. We have had 7 turnovers and no points. But I tell you what, Coach, we're going to get that point here eventually.
We're being patient, for sure. Being patient.
Well, so the good news is you and I don't get paid by the point. Otherwise, So Park Tudor basketball. That is Kemp out on the high post. And looks like now Covenant's got a little zone right here.
Yeah, we got a 2-3 zone and a shot from the corner.
Wow, another air ball. Ball loose on the floor. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Park Tudor. Let me ask you this, too. If you're Park Tudor, they've had a couple of shots that have not been close. Wouldn't the idea maybe, let's get D. Kemp involved early. She's 6'2", really dominant inside, but so far she has very few touches.
Yeah, I think for them, ball movement's going to be critical in improving what they're doing right now and making sure she touches the ball every time or every other time down the floor, even if she's just a distributor back outside to make those shots a little bit easier.
Mariah Armstrong on the turnover, so each team now has 4. You saw Park Tudor mixing up their defense a little bit of trap once they got across half court. And now you'll see Covenant go back into a man-to-man. That is Kemp. Of course, I always say when you have your bigs out on the perimeter like that, is we have a whistle and looks like we may have a foul call against Park Tudor, is that you're hoping they'll be able to shoot, but I don't think that's the way they want to use Kemp.
Right. In her game, inside out, being able to do a little high-low action with her, obviously she's got a little bit of a height advantage. Whenever I had a team that didn't have, maybe necessarily the best ball handlers, we tried to distribute into the outside, and you got some layups and things off of it occasionally. But getting her more involved in the game is definitely something they've got to do. A nice rebound there by Covenant.
Boy, but another turnover. That is now 5.
And another one. And a layup. We're going to get one.
Oh, no, we missed that one. Armstrong well short, and we've got a jump ball. I have not had a scoreless first quarter in a long time, so we're almost halfway there.
Well, we're going to hope that they're going to get one right here off the out-of-bounds play.
So now we'll have a change in the lineup for Covenant. We'll talk about the 2 players coming in. One of those will be Lloyd Dawson. Mylan Lloyd Dawson, she'll wear number 12. And by the way, Sydney Squires of Park Tudor just picked up her second foul on that play at the other end of the floor, so she's in foul trouble early. And this is a Park Tudor team that does not have a lot of depth off their bench. Ball's going to be loose, almost turned over. Covenant, shot on the way and good.
Excellent.
That looked like Emmy Flatt in the ball game, getting the first 2 points.
Off the turnover there, nice little jump shot from the wing.
Back to the inside, that'll be Kemp. Will go to the line for 2.
We talked about Kemp touching the ball. She's got to become more active in there, and she's got to attack the basket a little bit more.
Now, this is a team last year, even with Kemp averaging nearly 17 per game, Park Tudor only averaged 42 points per contest. So they got to find a way to get some offense outside of Kemp. And she'll hit that free throw. Second one is on the way and no good. Battle for the rebound, and it will be a foul in the backcourt. I think they got Chandler Eve on the reach. By the way, the foul situation, now we shoot 2 fouls on 5 fouls. Do you like that rule change, or did you like it the old way where you had the 1-and-1? And
I do. I think it cleans it up a little bit.
Okay.
Just makes it a little easier to remember where you're at.
That's right. That's very true.
I think it makes the kids think more about fouls. They're more important.
Boy, the ball turned over again. That's number 6 by Covenant. 2-1 your score. We're coming up on 3:30 to go. That is Smiley with the basketball there for the Panthers. Shot is on the way. Another air ball by Chandler Eve, and the ball goes out of bounds.
I think what we're seeing is a lot of opening night jitters as well, trying to make things happen, trying to get the ball up the court as quickly as possible, and things just aren't coming together yet. They'll be there. They'll get there.
Maddie Howard will come in. She is a 5'5" senior. I'm hoping that some of the players, as we see another turnover by Park Tudor, and it's getting my thought here in a couple of moments, as the drive and the block, that second block now by Kemp. I was about to say, I hope they didn't go to the Keith Meyer School of Shooting, as that'll be a turnover again, because he bricked everything when he was in school. You probably heard that,
I'm
didn't
sure
you?
he'll be happy to hear that.
Oh, he's always happy to hear what I got to say. So 3:08 remaining.
You got an ISO on the low post. That's great.
Yep, good
That's
way to read it too, right?
Exactly what they're looking for right there.
Foul's going to be on Lloyd Dawson. That'll be her first. If you have a dominant player like Dee Kemp and you're trying to mix these younger players around her, what's the best way to do that? Again, you're going to rely on her to do a lot of the scoring, as that shot is going to be missed. So how do you get these other players involved?
I think more ball movement on the top. They're taking a lot of quick shots, better ball movement, and I really feel that when you have a post like Dee, that you need to bring her from high to low. It can't be a stationary, just low post, because your young guards sometimes have a hard time making that pass with good defense on them.
Covenant with the turnover as we head back the other way. We've got a whistle and a foul as Park Tudor now leads it 4-2. Take a look at the 3 we just had moments ago.
It's a great shot. Good job. Starting to come together.
Yes, they are. Maddie Howard picks up the foul. At the line will be Vera Solit. Solit is wearing number 12. She had hit that 3 a couple of moments ago and now has 4 points.
So Rehart goes out. I really like her handling the basketball. Maybe getting out of the middle of the floor a little bit, getting out a little wider, giving her wings a better area, better space to catch the ball.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Park Tudor basketball. Not a lot of room to work there on the sidelines, but a nice pass inside. Basket good.
There you go.
Well, they've read that twice, haven't they?
Great pass, bringing the defense up and away, allowing her lots of room to work underneath the basket.
Trap on the sideline. A 5-point lead now for Park Tudor. And we've got another turnover. Take another look at this, Coach.
Yeah, that's a great pass and a good finish. Great finish.
Well, she did a great job also pinning that girl off on her hip, too.
She did.
Shows she's been doing that quite a bit. 7-2 lead. By the way, we now have 8 turnovers by Covenant. And another turnover the other way in a double whammy, because then you also pick up the foul.
I think for Covenant, the key is distinguishing between playing fast and playing smart, taking care of the basketball. Don't need to be in much of a hurry. Come down and run your offense. And they're getting looks at the basket. They haven't gone in to this point, but, obviously we'll get some of those shots to fall here.
So Maddie Howard will go to the line. The 5th foul now on Park Tudor, and she misses the front end of the 2.
We used to talk a lot about making the easy pass too. I think we're making some passes that are a little more difficult than they need to be. Spreading themselves out, just make the easy pass. Let everything happen.
1 of 2 there for Howard. And she is on the board here tonight for the first time, and now Covenant showing a little man-to-man full court pressure here. And that's going to be a turnover. Smiley turns it over.
Changing the tempo of the game. That's what Covenant needs to do.
Got another change as Avery Reichert will come into the lineup. Also coming in is Hafner. Hafner a starter, as was Reichert. Covenant, their head coach, has been known to, as we got a foul on 22, that's going to be Smiley. They've been known to play a lot of players. We'll ask you from your experiences, do you want to have an 8-9-person rotation, or do you want to go deeper? Or does it just kind of depend on the game?
I think in a perfect world, yeah, you want to be as deep as you can, especially getting your kids as many looks going into the tournament, and as much as they can be on the floor.
Free throw good.
It's also a hard balance because you have to find the chemistry between your group that's on the floor. So when you're subbing a lot, you kind of lose some of that chemistry, and that might be what we're seeing tonight with some of the turnovers that we're looking at.
Second free throw missed. Nice offensive rebound there by Armstrong, and a lot of contact, no whistle. And then we've got a foul in the backcourt. I think they got Armstrong. Well, it has not been a pretty first quarter, but as we'd mentioned, this year first game, other than the scrimmage they had, they only get one scrimmage. I believe that's still the case in girls high school basketball. We need to get everybody to Ohio because they scrimmage all the time. Football they get 3, and basketball they probably get 4 or 5.
Right. Yeah, the scrimmage is so scripted. It's hard to get into a flow in the scrimmage. You do get to see what your kids can do and what you need to get better at, but there's not a lot of flow to the scrimmage.
Smiley at the line hits the free throw. She and Squires each have 2 fouls. That last one on Armstrong was her first. Number 2 here for Smiley. Off the back of the iron and able to come away with it. The offensive rebound by Solid, and a foul call against Covenant Christian.
Going back to that point about finding your rebounders and finding where they are, obviously need to get into people a little bit more, box out a little bit better. And I think that'll alleviate some of the fouls that we're seeing, down on this end of the court as well.
Solid at the free throw line. It was Rademacher who picked up the foul. Well, we went quite a bit of time with no points, and now we're starting to put things together a little bit here as we get later into the first quarter.
It's the collective deep breath that everybody took.
That's right, including us.
Right.
6-point lead. Trap put together here. Close to being over and back. I saw you move there, Coach. Shot in the corner for 3 is good by Hafner.
Yeah, it's good ball movement there. That's what they need to continue to do, spread out, move the basketball.
Another turnover for Park Tudor, and the 3 is going to be missed by Reichert. I can always tell when I'm working with former coaches, and there's another travel, because they move like you would have been on the sidelines doing that, right?
I would have been running up and down
That's right.
the sidelines. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was more tired at the end of games than some of the kids were, honestly. It's a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
How many years?
26.
26 years.
26.
That's a lot of young ladies you influenced in their lives, huh?
Yep. I was the benefactor of some outstanding young women that have turned into outstanding young adults.
It's what it's all about, right?
Now have kids of their own, and it's fantastic. Yep, absolutely fantastic.
Reichert misses the 3, but an offensive rebound. You probably shouldn't have said that because now you're starting to tell everybody how old you are. So
That's right. I'm getting there. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's going to be Armstrong inside. Gets her first basket, and the lead down to 1.
Covenant they're starting to settle in just a little bit.
Looks like we've got a timeout here. I'm not sure if that was a foul or a timeout. The way the official was pointing toward the Covenant bench, he acted like they called the timeout, but you can't do that. So I think the ball may have just gone out of bounds off of Covenant. So we're down to 44 seconds remaining. By the way, Park Tudor, I have them unofficially with 10 turnovers here in the first quarter and make it now 11. So 11 turnovers now.
This was Coach Smiley talked about this, about being concerned about his young guards. And, you know, they're going to have to settle in. They're going to have to learn how to handle the basketball. And making the easy pass makes that so much easier. Trying to dribble through people, obviously, is one of the things that will get you in trouble. And I think you're seeing a little bit of that tonight. First game.
Julia Hoffman, there's a turnover the other way. As we head down the floor, Smiley has the ball knocked out of her hands, 19.7 remaining. So
Covenant's also a hard place to play. You've got that end that's open down there. It's hard to shoot on this end, or it was for my teams in my experience. And they also usually have a pretty raucous cheer block. And it's pretty loud. So a little more difficult to play than maybe your normal place.
And it is very loud and echoey in here, too. So that's something to take into consideration. The inbound, Kemp will fire in the corner. The three-pointer's no good. And the offensive rebound by Lloyd Dawson.
It's a good rebound.
Will
Had her body on her, and she went up and got it for a change.
That shot is on the way and missed by Lloyd Dawson, and we have a foul on the rebound. Look, we got Lloyd Dawson. That's going to be number 2 on Lloyd Dawson, and we'll walk to the other end, and 2.9 remaining at the line will be Mackenzie Johnson, who checked in moments ago.
We've seen a lot of quick shots from Covenant with not a lot of rebounders in position to rebound the ball on a miss. So maybe getting into their offense a little bit better, taking their time a little bit more, just kind of letting the game come to them.
We mentioned the numbers earlier that, again, last year their numbers were not good in the shooting department, so I'm going to have to find some maybe a little easier shots. Something I know everybody works on is that's going to be a lane violation on Johnson.
Yeah, looking for ball movement, especially with a heavy group of seniors, should be able to move the basketball from side to side. Just a little hurried right now.
Final shot perhaps for Covenant, and that's going to be short. We'll head to period number 2. Park Tudor leads this one 11-9.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back once again here at Covenant Christian. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. All right, Coach, they both kind of settled in now. Had a lot of turnovers in that first quarter. What do you say to your team between quarters to kind of settle them down even more and maybe get back into the rhythm of things?
Both teams looking for better ball movement. For Park Tudor, making sure that Dee touches the ball, making sure that she's going from high to low, and we're just more patient. Just more patient on both teams. Everything is very hurried, which is pretty normal for the first quarter of the first game of the season. So I think we'll see them settle in and we'll see some better basketball.
By the way, Lloyd Dawson just picked up her third, which really, if you look at that foul, that was not, I don't know if there's ever a good foul sometimes, but to reach out that high with Kemp way out front, really no need to reach for it there. But that's going to be her third, and she's going to sit down probably for the remainder of the first half. Shot on the way, rims in and out. Battle for the loose basketball on the baseline. Touch last by Covenant.
Covenant needs to do a better job of putting body on body, making sure that they're boxing out. We're kind of just moving with the basketball. So improving that rebounding statistic will be extremely important as we move forward.
As we mentioned earlier, we have over 100 basketball games this year on IndianaSRN, so make sure you check out our schedules. That one is thrown off the rim by Ritz. And a rebound and a foul called. I think they got Smiley for number 3.
Yeah,
by the way, she's just a freshman.
I like Mariah Armstrong there with the strong rebound. I'd like to see her dribble outside, dribble away from that double team right there. She's automatically going to be ahead of 2 people and possibly have a break on the other end.
By the way, you need to make sure that we stay in tune for the whole season because we need to force Keith to give us more games and we get more money. See, that's how it works.
Absolutely.
So put the pressure on him,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
That's right.
Here's Armstrong losing the basketball. Minute gone here in the quarter. Here's a 3 the other way. It is good. That'll be Abby Jankowski.
It's good ball movement from Covenant Christian. You saw the wide open shot on the strong reversal. It's exactly what they need to do the rest of the game.
Covenant leads it by 1. The drive there by Kemp and a whistle and a foul. Take a look at Jankowski. By the way, only a freshman and a left-hander.
Covenant's known for those pesky little three-point shooters. They were always, when we coached against them, you were always just, oh my gosh. You've got D. Kemp at the line. She had a nice, strong drive there. That's what Park Tudor needs to do to stay in the game and maintain the lead and make things a little easier for their guards.
You know what makes it worse is that Jankowski's a lefty. You know, lefty, I don't trust left-handers.
Oh, I know. I know.
He can be sneaky. Second free throw is no good. And an offensive rebound, nice hustle. The shot missed again. Kemp with another rebound. Double teamed underneath, able to get rid of it. Here's a 3 the other way. That's off the mark as Solitz missed 2 in a row. And the Warriors quickly back the other way off the fingertips of Lily Armstrong and out of bounds.
I'd like to see Kemp go all the way to the basket there with the basketball instead of stopping short. We always used to talk to our kids about if you don't get a shot, if you get the shot, you have to either make it or you get fouled. So you have those 2 choices. Not being fouled is not a choice. And she's really long and athletic, and I think that's very important for her and her team.
That's going to be Smiley, who just hit the 3. Smiley now has 4. She's still playing with those 3 fouls. And Park Tudor now leads it by 2. Drive basket good. Armstrong, Lily Armstrong, the senior, getting her first bucket of the night. And we've got a drive offensive foul called on Smiley, and I have her for 4. We'll see if that holds up.
I like Rehard. I like her energy a lot, both with the ball and defensively. Nice little play.
Well, let me ask you this. Smiley with 4. They probably left her in a little bit too long, and now she has to sit down. As a coach, when you look at that, did you have I know a lot of coaches say, hey, if you pick up 2 fouls, you're going to sit a certain amount of time. Did you ever have a formula?
If you know your kids and you know what they can, you know if they're going to be mad after that foul or whatever it happens to be. Whenever we had somebody with 2 fouls early, we always took them out.
Turnover, Covenant Christian, that's 11. And there's another one the other way. The steal. And missed shot way short, though Kemp was following closely. And here come the Panthers once again, and that'll be a travel. Good thing I got a very long score sheet here.
See,
Coach.
Absolute right move right there. She just have to keep those feet still right on that. Shot fake, fly by, and lay in. Just keep those feet still.
You know, we do have the game has changed a little bit over the years where players had the step side, step back, all that. So happy feet a lot of times.
You've got Euro steps now, and you have a lot of things that are being put into the game from the pro game, which is fantastic. A lot of times kids work on those moves and don't necessarily get them down before they do them. And then you have some that are just, wow.
Yeah.
They do them and you're like, oh, wow, great.
By the way, that ball goes out of bounds, but there was a foul call against Covenant. I think they got Avery for her first. Avery, one of the seniors on this team. By the way, we had the watch list come out here earlier, and when you look at the first team, you have players like Lampley out of Lawrence Central and Gordon out of Brownsburg, and then, of course, Kira Reynolds out of South Bend, Washington. She's going to Purdue. There's a bucket.
It's a nice drive out of a horn set. Got a nice high screen there on both sides there. Let your guard pick and let her go to the basket. That's a good drive for a young guard.
Squires picks up her first bucket. There's quite a list. I don't know, when you start looking, things will change throughout the year, but I look up and down that list. I don't know how they're going to pick an all-star team this year because there's just so many good players.
Well, I'm the Indiana Junior All-Star Director, and it was quite a challenge last year as the coaches were nominating the players and picking the teams. And our games that we played this past year with our juniors were incredible.
Yeah.
Some incredible talent, and the kids were, you have those groups of kids that just they get it, and this group gets it, and they're fantastic, fun to watch, fun to be around. Good group of kids.
Outside the state of Indiana, you see now Covenant inbounding the basketball. What you get the most, there's another three by the freshman Jankowski, and we've got a loose basketball, is that they always talk about the IQ of players out of the state of Indiana and how good they are. That's nice inside feed to Kemp for two.
Yeah, Squires had a great pass there.
So do you like the IQ when you think about some of the play? You don't always have to be the most talented, but a lot of these players are just so smart about the game.
I think we see that a lot with the junior team, and we were the coachability of them with their, they're kind of thrown into coaches that are other high school coaches in the state, and just being coachable. And I think we're seeing that so much, and it's so refreshing to see that and to be around those kids and feed off their energy. It's fantastic.
Here's a three again by Jankowski. Missed it, but another offensive board. And that one gets stuck between the rim and the backboard, and the reverse there by Rademacher.
Another great pass by Rehart. We're going to have to get a ladder.
Come on, Kemp, get up there.
There.
Oh, she made it even harder.
There she got it. She got it.
Shouldn't she get a point for that or something?
She should.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that at the other end of the floor.
There you go.
Yeah, that list is an incredible list, and the kids on both sides, girls and boys, were a pleasure to be around.
So an inbound. Shot is on the way. Rims in and out is Emmy Flatt in the ball game, and it'll go over to Park Tudor. Get an opportunity. We're going to pull up the basketball polls that have come out, the preseason polls. Ball goes out of bounds, and looks like another turnover there for Park Tudor.
Yeah, I love the unselfishness of Kemp right there, but I'd really rather prefer her shoot that basketball.
Yeah.
She's right there. Let's go ahead and go up with that one.
The preseason ICGSA top 10 in all classes came out. There's a three from the right side. Once again, Jankowski, just a freshman. Hey, she has 6. We'll run down those polls coming up at halftime. We got a foul in the backcourt. It looks like they got Rademacher. Take another look at it. Pretty
got
good
some
form
full court pressure there. Anytime you're not vertical, you're going to get a foul on that.
Looks like Jankowski's been shooting pretty steadily, huh?
Yeah, she's a for a freshman. That's great. They're getting better ball movement as we knew they would as the game went along.
By the way, Rademacher just picked up her second. Lloyd Dawson has 3. We already talked about Smiley for Park Tudor with 4 in the first half. Ball loose, turnover again for Park Tudor. They're now at 15 in the first half, but still leading it by 1. Another 3 on the way. That's off the back of the iron by Jankowski.
It's a great rebound by Rehart.
Ball loose in the lane. Picked up, floater no good by Jankowski. And we got another foul in the backcourt called against. I think they got Emmy Flatt.
Covenant had several shots at the basket there. I'd like to see the kick out as they went inside. You had Rehart on your backside wide open. Makes it an easy shot.
So now we'll walk to the other end and shoot 2 more free throws with 2:54 remaining. This is Chandler Eve, who has yet to score tonight. Waiting for the Warriors to take positions. Took a while, but we got 4 of them down there.
We finally did.
Eve on the scoreboard here in the first half. Lily Armstrong, you see the 5'8 senior coming back into the lineup. Julia Hoffman will take that spot here on the near side. They'll try to keep Kemp out of there.
It's a good box out.
Yeah, Kemp went to the floor. Off the missed free throw, back the other way. Jumper is up and missed by Hoffman. Another offensive rebound by Armstrong. Hoffman again with a floater and missed it. You're right, they're getting looks. Got to bury him, though.
Yeah, we're shooting it up. Again, I'd like to see some better rebounding position for when those shots go up. Probably a little quick.
Julia Hoffman will pick up the foul. She has 2. And we go back to the free throw line. This will be Sydney Squires.
It's always the great thing as a coach when they go down, they're ready to shoot, and you're like, no, and then it goes in. And you just go, okay.
Okay,
right.
Sounds good,
Okay,
yeah.
That's great.
They ever look at you and go, I told you.
They give you that Michael Jordan shrug, you know.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling it.
Back to a 3-point lead. 2:31 remaining, and the second one is missed. And we got what in the backcourt? Another turnover. Each team has been in the giving mood tonight. I know we're not quite into December yet where you're giving gifts, but tonight we have 14 on Covenant, 15 on Park Tudor. And guess what? There's another one.
We would share with our teams quite often that each of those turnovers is worth 2 points. So if you look at it from that perspective, you're giving, you're leaving a lot of points out there.
Yeah.
You take better care of the basketball on both ends of the floor. And first game jitters, and hopefully in the second half we clean some of that up, and they're starting to settle down.
Yeah, starting to get into the system a little bit better.
Right. There we go. Good ball movement.
Hoffman bouncing down low. That is Armstrong.
Swing.
Oh, man. Wide open. It was Hoffman. Passed it up and then shot that one short. Might have been partially blocked. It was Armstrong who came away with it, and another foul on Park Tudor.
Yeah, she missed the ball reversal there. They would have had a nice wide open shot from the left wing.
Squires picked up her third, so you have Smiley and Squires with 4 and 3 respectively. They're really going to have to back off if they want to stay in the game in the second half.
Yeah, a lot more feet moving, a lot less hands moving. So
looks like Maddie Howard has come back in now for the Warriors. Both free throws missed. Neither team has been really strong at the free throw line tonight either.
Good rebound by Kemp.
So Park Tudor once again trying to build on a 3-point lead, and another turnover.
Yeah, Park Tudor guards working on footwork, ball reversal, pulling the ball through, protecting the basketball, using your body. They're young. They're going to learn, but those are all things that can really help them improve the side-to-side movement in their offense.
But in the meantime, it drives you nuts, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Ball down on the baseline. Covenant looking to attack. Here is a 3 on the way, well short by Hoffman, and there is Kemp with a rebound. Kemp, by the way, only 5 points so far. Here's a downtown 3, good. How about Squires?
Squires just went Caitlin Clark on us right there.
Boy, no kidding, out of
Sure
nowhere.
did. Yep. Volleyball spiking line.
Squires now with 6, and the lead is at 6. Back the other way, jumper short by Covenant Christian is Avery unable to get it to go. Yeah. Here's one just inside the three-point line by Hafner. Hafner now with 5. 1 minute remaining. Good look there at Squires, who just hit that 3 moments ago. Driving down the lane and a reaching foul. Take another look at the 3. Avery will pick up the foul. I mean, that's a heck of a shot, even though it was off the glass.
That's right. We'll take it.
So Squires back to the line. 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Few players getting into some foul trouble here in the first half. Second free throw. Rims in and out. And off the rebound, we have a jump ball. Good job there by Kemp to tie up the rebound to Rademacher.
That's where I like my post to get out of there. Take that ball and pull the ball through, step through, and get out to your sidelines, so you can outlet that ball to your guards, especially when you have a bigger body like that in there.
The inbound went inside to Solid, and she missed the shot, and we have a foul in the backcourt. Well, the other thing is, too, Coach, you got to be really strong. If you're not strong, people will just definitely strip you of the basketball, so that's something I'm sure you taught your players.
Yeah, I mean, coming down with your feet underneath your shoulders in an athletic stance. When you're straight up, obviously you're very vulnerable to jump balls and things like that.
That last play, by the way, Solid picked up her first. Covenant down to the final 26 seconds. Let's see what they'll do here. Down by 5. Good ball movement. And a whistle and a double dribble called against Lily Armstrong.
They had great ball movement there. Park Tudor's in the 2-3 zone. If they would have just stepped into that gap, what she was attempting to do, the ball just got away from her for a little bit. But she was making the proper drive there.
Well, let's see. Park Tudor gets a shot off here in the final few seconds of this first half. They will go into the locker room with a lead, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Camp, a moving screen.
Yeah, guards using their screen a little bit, taking your dribble a little bit deeper over to the left side, and then coming back off that screen takes away that foul from Kemp right there. So working a little bit better with your post player.
That was an easy call, Coach. I could have called that.
I know.
Good news for Kemp is that's only her first.
Great news for Park Tudor.
The other thing, too, you see too many guards go out so far outside, those bigs end up moving around a little bit too much. And we got this one near the buzzer, 1.7, and a foul call on the shot.
Shooting 3.
Wow.
Shooting 3.
That's going to go against, is that Kemp who just picked up number 2? Yes, it is. So tough break for Kemp. This will be 3 shots now. Kemp's now picked up 2. Boy, you got to hit the free throws.
Yeah, coming down and picking up, obviously picking up the basketball, stopping the basketball. Kemp probably should have been heading for the rim right there. I think she had another guard out there with her. She's got 2. That's the good news for Park Tudor.
Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care. They've been delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passion to Care is driven by decades of experience, and a turnover in that one nearly hit at the buzzer. But Passion to Care, if you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-537-1811. Before we take the break, your thoughts on the first half. Things did pick up. Both teams did play better, but boy, those turnovers just keep mounting.
Yeah, I think looking forward to the second half, obviously coaches are going to talk about turnovers. They're going to talk about rebounding. They're going to talk about fouls. All of those things definitely need to improve to get both teams. It's a close game, so both of them are lucky they're in the positions that they are. Park Tudor probably in a little more foul trouble than Covenant Christian is at this point. But really need to take better care of the basketball.
We'll come back, and our halftime update coming up in a couple of moments. As you see your halftime score, Park Tudor on top of this one, 24-21.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner. Come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
To you.
standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
High school basketball brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Give them a call at 317-396-1023. First half scoring, first off for Park Tudor. Squires finished with 7. Solid had 6. 5 points by Kemp, 4 by Smiley, single point by Chandler Eve, and Mackenzie Johnson had a single point in the first half. Leading the way for Covenant, Jankowski with 6. She had 2 3-pointers in that second quarter. Hafner with 5. 2 points by Lily Armstrong, a single point by Howard. Avery finished with 3. Emmy Flatt had 2, and Mariah Armstrong also finished with 2 points. In foul trouble right now, Layla Smiley with 4, Sydney Squires with 3, and Mylan Lloyd Dawson for Covenant. She has 3 fouls. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Give them a call at 317-328-2555. Second half action coming up here on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
24-21 here at the half. Coach, I think that maybe the obvious thing is now for both these teams is find a way to protect the basketball. That has not happened. We have a combined 33 turnovers between these two teams. And you mentioned earlier, if you look at it that way and how many more possessions you can get and more points you can get, it's certainly your benefit, but you can't keep giving the ball back.
Yeah, I think hopefully that we'll see them slow down just a little bit, settle in, run some more offense, be a little more patient with the basketball, protect the ball. I think we're gonna see them settle in here in the third quarter. I'm hopeful for that, and finish out the game. Cutting those turnovers, let's say in half.
Yeah, that'd be really big. By the way, the preseason ICGSA polls are out. Lawrence Central is number 1 in 4A, followed by Homestead, Hamilton Southeastern, Lawrence North, and Fishers. In 3A, Greensburg is number 1, then Evansville Memorial, Norwell, Washington, and Silver Creek. In 2A, North Knox, then South Knox, Brownstown Central, Lapel, and Austin. And then in single A, Borden, Marquette Catholic, Orleans, Clinton Central, Jack Sandell are your top 5. We are now underway in the second half. And Covenant with the basketball to begin this third quarter. Skip pass near side to Hafner. See right now, Park Tudor is going to try to trap the basketball, and they force a turnover quickly the other way, and they'll give it right back. Pass gets away from Squires. I guess they didn't listen to us there a little bit ago.
Well, they did not. They did not. But we're going to stay hopeful, just taking care of the basketball. And my teams, I don't know how many thousands of times we talked about making the easy pass. And just make the pass that's in front of you. Make the easy pass, and I think that's going to clean up a lot of it as well.
Could have been a travel right there, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds last touched.
Some other things that can help Covenant Christian, obviously coming to the ball. As a guard, you can't stay stationary. You have to move and come back to the basketball with your hands ready to be in that receiving position. And we're seeing a lot of their guards standing and waiting on the pass, so they need to come meet the pass.
Well, that trap out front's bothering them a little bit, too, at times.
There's some size involved in that also a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Shot in the corner. That's going to be off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Kylie Ritz. Ritz didn't get a ton of minutes in the first half. They'll go inside. Kemp will turn and get fouled immediately by Hoffman. That'll be her third.
We talked a little bit earlier about getting the ball into Kemp's hands, obviously. You were right. There it is. Turn and look at the basket and draw that foul right there. And for Park Tudor to settle in and to build that lead, they're going to have to go through Kemp. I'm really impressed with Squires. I think Squires has done a great job in this game of handling the basketball. She's starting to settle down as well.
By the way, Kemp so far tonight, 1 for 4 from the line. Now make it 2 of 5. Park Tudor's missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 free throws, 9 free throws in the first half. Second one is good. Kemp now with 7.
It's a danger zone for Squires. She's got to keep herself out of foul trouble in this third quarter defensively.
Yeah, Smiley, as we said, has 4. And Smiley is out of the lineup still. They'll have to save her as long as they can.
Good press break by Covenant, getting the ball to the middle. Slowing down just a bit.
Block shot by Kemp. That'll be her third. And looks like we may have a jump ball here. Possession arrow in favor of Park Tudor.
Started with some good ball movement there. Probably a shot that nobody was quite ready for. Maybe being a little more patient on offense, keep the ball moving.
Park Tudor still with a 5-point lead. That is Squires with the basketball. Kemp out on the high post. Ball is out of bounds. Last touch there by Solid.
2-3 zones giving them a little bit of trouble. Need to bring your post from an away position to the basketball. Post and repost.
Trap once again on the sideline. Good job
there
by Covenant.
Yeah, ball to the middle and out. That's exactly what you want right there. Make the easy pass.
Boy, so many times you see players hurrying faster than they really have to. You just, like you said earlier, just kind of settle down, make the good pass. Down on the baseline, Avery got caught right there in no man's land, able to throw it off the leg of a Park Tudor player to keep the basketball.
Yeah, I like her grit. I like number 10. She's doing a good job of handling the basketball for them.
By the way, Reichert playing with those 2 fouls, so she has to be a little bit careful as well. On the penetration, the kick, and Hafner for 3, no. And there is Kemp at 6'2", pulling down the rebound. Look at Kemp running the floor. Nice pass down low, the miss, the putback again. The third time missed by Squires. Here's an open 3. That's an air ball.
A little behind the back there by Rehart.
By the way, that was Kylie Ritz who missed that 3. Nice pass underneath, and a foul call. If they got Kemp, it'll be number 3.
Yeah, definitely difficult to get that shot off with her in there. You've got a shot fake, get her off her feet, go around her, and go lay the ball in on the other side of the basket.
And it was on Kemp, the third starter now with 3 or 4 fouls for Park Tudor. So to the free throw line with 5:15 remaining here in the third. Emmy Flatt at the free throw line, missed the first. They have struggled at the line as well. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here and remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part by practicing good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. And don't forget, the Indiana SRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. High school, college, pro sports. Check it out, IndianaSRN.org, and click on the sports page tab. Speaking of officials, in the many years you were head coach, were you kind to those officials all those years?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. I had an experience, and I kind of telling myself a little bit as a young coach. We were in South Dearborn playing a game, and I was a coach at Seymour. And I had a player that was really good, and she got kind of drugged down under the basket, and I was on the official about it, and he eventually would call a technical on me, my first one and my last one for my career. Yes, I had one technical. He came up to me after the game and said, "Coach, you're a good young coach. How did what you say, what you were saying to me, how is that going to change the game for you?" And I was like, "You're right."
Interesting.
And so from then on, and then I, of course I would talk to the officials occasionally about things that were going on, like the weather and things like that. But I just decided at that point that I wasn't going to hurt my team, and that we were gonna make sure that we took care of the officials, and we did throughout my career.
Very good. So one in your first year and none the rest of the way.
That's correct.
That's amazing.
That's correct. Not that I didn't, maybe couldn't have got one.
Well, I think as long as you can talk to them and,
Right.
and certainly state your case and things like that. I think
When you coach for 26 years, you pretty much know everybody, and so they'll tell you, like, hey, that's enough.
That's right. I've heard enough.
Hey, that's enough. So, but no, we've got to take care of our officials in the state of Indiana. We're in a shortage. We had to cancel a couple baseball games last year because we didn't have officials, and we have to take care of the ones we have.
It seems like we're getting a little bit less and less all the time, too.
Right.
This is Squires. And there's a travel. That is now 21 turnovers by Park Tudor, yet they still lead it by 4.
We talked a little bit earlier about offensive movement, going back to the basics of basketball, V-cutting to get open, walking your man down and coming out on the high side shoulder. Need to see a little bit more of that maybe from Park Tudor to get their guards open on the outside a little bit to be able to move the basketball.
Got a travel, and Covenant has now turned the basketball over 17 times. The beginning of this third quarter looking a little bit like the beginning of the first quarter. Each team making adjustments, but so far it's been a rough one. There's another. That's the fourth already by Park Tudor. Drive down the lane. The shot is missed. The offensive rebound put back by Flatt is no good. She had missed that off the miss by Mariah Armstrong. And basketball will go back over to Park Tudor after the foul on Emmy Flatt, her second.
We're seeing a lot of one-handed passes. Obviously you can't take those passes back. Keep two hands on the basketball. Everybody's playing in the middle of the floor right now, and I'd really like to see them spread out a little bit so we can get a little more ball movement.
By the way, as the Warriors look to trap on the sideline, want to remind you of high school football coming up on Friday night. One of the big games here in the Indianapolis area will be Roncalli and Bishop Chatard from Roncalli High School. Pre-game coverage will begin at 6:45 and the kickoff at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we'll be down in Evansville as well, or the Evansville area. Evansville taking on Heritage Hills. Looks like we may have another foul on Mariah Armstrong. Nope, they're going to say 13, which is Rademacher. That's her third. Hoffman has 3. Lloyd Dawson has 3. Rademacher has 3. We already well documented the amount of fouls on the other side. Squires with 3 and Smiley with 4. And Smiley's not played yet in this quarter. And a turnover again by Park Tudor. I'm going to keep it a secret from you, Coach. Don't look the rest of the way and see if you can. We'll test your memory later how many turnovers Park Tudor has.
Well, Covenant had, 18?
And now we're at 17.
17?
Yeah.
And Park Tudor has about the same. Is that correct?
They're a little higher.
A little higher. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
There you go. 2 shots missed in a row, but the offensive rebound put back good by Armstrong. Mariah Armstrong has 4.
A little pressure full court here. Speed him up. Got a trap in the corner. And
good enough.
Trap the sideline. Another turnover.
Let's put it this way, Coach. Right now, the amount of turnovers for Park Tudor is almost equal to the amount of points.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Right. Yeah, definitely some things to clean up after the first game. But we've got a 26-24 score here, so we'll see who cleans it up sooner rather than later.
Girls basketball season got underway on Monday. Guess we'll have the scoreboard for you again tomorrow morning on the sports page, plus all the other sports news. This is Maddie Howard on the drive, and she lost it.
I like her attacking that gap right there. If you're going to shoot that against Kemp, you're going to have to pull up and take a jumper. I may have liked the kickback a little bit better on that one.
How about that three, huh?
Nice shot.
Chandler Eve hits the three. She now has 4. Lead at 5. I was going to ask you a little bit ago. I'm kind of old school on that drive in. Is that shot short? The drive in and pull up jumper, but you just don't see many players do that on either side.
Right. The mid-range game is, it was one of the things that we talked to our kids a lot about, and we had some kids that just could not shoot the three, but we tried to get them some looks in the high post and work their mid-range game a little bit. It takes a lot of work. The mid-range game, shooting off the bounce, it takes a lot of work. It's a little bit easier to be a stationary shooter. You see Eve shoot the ball right there. I think she's got the Inescu's on, doesn't she? The
yes.
Sabrina Inescu's? Those
yes.
are sweet. Those are nice. I like them. Yep. But, yeah, the mid-range game has kind of escaped us a little bit. When you see kids that are good at that, it's really fun to watch.
19 now for Covenant as we go back the other way.
I like the take. She went all the way in that time. That's what she should be doing every time.
Kemp will get the basket, and we'll go to the line. And
Kemp
now,
at 6'2", she keeps the ball high. There's nobody that's going to touch that basketball right there. She can get that ball out ahead of her.
Maddie Howard just picked up her 3rd. Kemp a chance to complete the three-point play right here. And another miss, but an offensive rebound off the miss. Wide open 3 on the way and missed again. As Solid can't get it to go. Covenant back the other way, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Panthers.
It's good defense there. She's using her length to knock that ball out of bounds and let her team get down.
By the way, Ann Walters is checked in now for Park Tudor. This might be the first time we have seen her tonight. And looks like Mylan Loy Dawson will come in with those 3 fouls. That is, Lloyd Dawson missed the shot short. Ball loose in the lane as Armstrong was in there. And we've got a jump ball, and the possession arrow will stay right here. .205 remaining here in the third. Each team trying to get an opening season win. That foul will go against Walters, and that'll be her first. This is kind of a tough one to officiate, too, I'm sure. It's just...
Yeah, you want to make sure you call it to keep it in check, but there's a lot. There's a lot of reaching going on. Pretty characteristic of a first game.
The triple team against Mariah Armstrong, able to get rid of it. Riker drives down the lane, short once again, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's last touched by Lloyd Dawson.
It's the right idea. It looked like she got inside, and she lost the ball a little bit on the way up.
Well, they're going to say actually Park Tudor touched it.
Trying to pull up on that mid-range. So there was a little block there, I guess, then.
Yeah. Lead at 7. We will see Solid come back in, number 12 now for Park Tudor. I'm sure we're going to see Smiley come back in off the inbound turnover. As Park Tudor runs the floor, and a little reverse layup is good. Solid, tough shot. That's her first bucket of the second half.
That all started on the other end with Kemp using her length, tipping that ball away.
Now a 9-point lead, biggest lead of the night.
Nice pass.
Yeah, and the layup good by Lloyd Dawson.
Yeah, that dribble penetration brought the defense to her and left her teammate wide open.
So now we're coming up on 1 minute. That is Kemp. Shot on the way and good again. This time I believe that's Chandler Eve, her second three-pointer of the quarter. Now the lead at 10. There's your double team on the sideline. Lloyd Dawson, right side, shot in and out, no good by, looked like it was 15 Emmy Flat. So now Park Tudor, let's see if they'll play for the final shot of this third quarter.
Man-to-man defense. Hopefully staying out of foul trouble here.
That is Squires. They'll get stronger when they get
Park
Smiley
Tudor
back
should
in.
look for Kemp here. Ceiling.
Shots blocked. Ball loose, picked up by Lloyd Dawson, and she'll go the distance for the layup. Lloyd Dawson now with 4. Here's a shot on the way. That's a wild one there at the buzzer. We'll head to the fourth quarter. Park Tudor leads at 36-28.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're going to get a look at that reverse layup by Solid. Nice play that, I mean, that was even with the right hand throwing it over the shoulder. That's not bad. You probably taught your players that, didn't you?
I absolutely did. Yes, I absolutely did. Yep. They needed that basket right there.
Yeah.
Park Tudor needed that.
By the way, sectionals, these two teams, talk a little bit about what they'll, and I know that's a ways down the road, but.
So sectional number 42, Covenant Christian, Cardinal Ritter, Monrovia, Park Tudor, Riverside, and University. I'm not sure where that sectional is played this year. It should be a pretty even sectional. You have just about every team in the sectional has a chance to possibly be a sectional champion.
Shot's going to be missed the other way off the turnover by Lloyd Dawson. Park Tudor quickly back the other way. That's going to be blocked out of bounds.
Rehart got a little juice there with her block.
Want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call for more information at 317-894-7000.
Covenant back to man.
That's Ritz down in the corner. Things are going to get tight here pretty soon. If you're Covenant, you got to find a way to get some offense going. They had only 3 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to see them going back to man here. I think that's going to change the tempo a little for them. Maybe doing some trapping out at the top as you see the steal right there by Rehart.
Basket good. Avery now with 5. So now they're only down by 6.
As much pressure as they can apply, that's what they need here. They've got to change the tempo of what's happening.
Inside, they go big to Kemp.
There's your shot by Kemp.
11 points now by Kemp. Lead back to 8. The skip pass and the drive, and that shot's going to be blocked by Kemp once again, and then last touched by Armstrong. I have Kemp for 4 block shots tonight.
Covenant's extending pressure now, full court.
I was mentioning to Coach off the air, we had a boys game last year where the winning team had 35 turnovers. We have a little bit to go yet, but we're up to 27 now for Park Tudor. Shot in the corner from threes off the front of the rim. Here come the Warriors, quickly back the other way. That's up and good. That'll be Rademacher getting her first 2 of the night.
And we've got turnaround man, full court man.
Well, they can tell right now that Park Tudor's having a difficult time handling the basketball, and that's going to be Kemp missing inside.
This is a big basket right here. This is a momentum getter right here.
The drive down the lane, the kick out. Here is Armstrong for 3, missed it, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back over to Park Tudor. I don't know if that was the shot you were looking for there, was it?
Yeah, 38-32. You definitely want a high percentage shot on the inside and close that gap up to 4 right there.
By the way, Maddie Howard coming in. She's playing with 3 fouls. Smiley is back in. I do believe that is Smiley who inbounded the basketball. She sat out the entire third quarter. Foul's going to be called on Mariah Armstrong in the backcourt. Smiley has 4 points, but again, played very little in the second. Did not play in the third because of the foul trouble, but she is back in the lineup now here in the fourth quarter.
Squire's going to get the double team probably every time. She's going to need to use that retreat dribble, that retreat and relocate dribble.
Well, Squires just picked up her 4th on a foul pushing, which was really not a very good foul at all.
Probably unnecessary at that point.
No, she was looking to get separation from the defender, but can't extend those arms. Julia Hoffman will inbound the basketball under 6 minutes remaining. It's a 6-point ball game. That is Hoffman. Pass inside intended for Lloyd Dawson. Saves it from going out of bounds, and the shot up and good from 3.
It was a good save. They definitely needed that. Down to 3 points.
It was 10 moments ago, and a foul call.
We talked about Covenant Christian changing the tempo of the game, and that's what they've done. Just little hustle plays like that, but she's able to drop in that 3.
That'll be a foul on Lloyd Dawson.
If I'm Park Tudor here, I'm looking for Kemp on the inside.
Shot on the way, short. So a 3-point lead once again for Park Tudor. Down the lane, and the shot's going to be missed. By the way, it's Vivian Hafner who hit that last 3. That's a 7-2 run now by Covenant Christian here in the 4th.
The best thing they can do is to continue to go to the basket with the ball, draw fouls, and get to the free throw line. Try to gain the lead on free throws.
Kemp, by the way, picked up her 4th. She and Squires both now have 4. And the lead down to 2 as Armstrong connects on the free throw. Another one here for Mariah Armstrong. Short. Rebound battled for, and who will come up with it? We have a jump ball as Chandler Eve able to sneak in there.
It's great hustle.
Emmy Flatt is checked back in. We've got a timeout on the floor. The lead was at 10. It's down to 2 at 5:37 remaining in the 4th.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. Delicious food, great service. Might want to go out there after the game tonight or maybe sometime this weekend. A lot of college football will be watched this weekend, including that IU-Michigan game. Aspen Creek Grill, proud sponsor here on Indiana SRN. Off the inbound. Covenant trying to tie or take the lead, and that three is no good, and the rebound by Kemp. Avery had a really good look at it.
Yeah, it's a good look for Rehart right there. It just didn't go in.
Shot in the corner from three is no good by Smiley. One and done, Park Tudor. Back the other way we go. The drive layup good by Armstrong.
We've got a tie game.
Boy, what a fourth quarter so far. 12-2 run put together by Covenant.
Change in tempo, and we've cut down on turnovers, and we've made some easy shots.
Another turnover the other way. That's now 28 for Park Tudor. Covenant chance to take the lead. Baseline drive. Errant pass, and it gets away and out of bounds. A turnover by Covenant.
We talked a lot about making 2-foot passes. Probably the worst pass in basketball to make. Just go up and shoot the basketball, take your chances. Get fouled there, make a shot. Too hard for a post to go down and catch a ball down below their knees.
Right now, Park Tudor having a really tough time
Nice
handling
steal.
the basketball, and an easy layup at the other end is missed. And then a foul. Avery missed the layup and then committed her third.
She did. Good hands there, good take to the basket, just didn't drop.
Boy, sometimes you're down there ready to shoot that layup and you can't believe how wide open you are.
That's right. And then the frustration foul after missing the layup. She's still frustrated.
We have a timeout on the floor, 4:35 remaining. We're tied at 38. Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with three. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board. Back here at Covenant, 38-38 off the inbound and a reaching foul, and Avery just picked up her fourth.
Yeah, it's key for her to stay in this game. She does everything for them, bring the ball up, handling the basketball when it gets tough. She's got to get her head back on and keep herself in the game. He's going to take her out for a little bit to calm down.
As a coach, how long do you leave her on the bench?
You don't leave her long. I'd give her a minute.
Well, I'm surprised so far nobody's fouled out. Squires has 4. That pressure again is Smiley able to bring it up the floor. And Park Tudor, are they going to throw it away again? Ball loose in the backcourt, and it is picked up. Near foul there by Emmy Flatt.
Park Tudor is Covenant's on a 10-0 run. Is that correct? 10-0 run?
Yeah, they
Park
have.
Tudor desperately needs a shot here.
Yeah, and they've outscored them 12-2 in the quarter.
They need to set, run their offense, get the ball into Kemp.
Yeah, that should be the 5th foul on Covenant.
Well, this couldn't come at a better time for Park Tudor to be at the free throw line. Calm themselves down, take a collective deep breath.
Yeah, only 2 points they have was the Kemp bucket. And that seems like a long time ago right now. Another missed free throw. Squires tonight is now 2 of 5 from the line.
She's done a good job handling the basketball for him. The 2 late fouls have hurt her a little bit.
Missed them both. Armstrong with a rebound. Covenant a chance to take the lead halfway through the fourth. Nice
pass.
no-look pass. And another missed layup. Boy, I tell you, Emmy Flatt had a bunny right there and just simply missed it. Well, there's 4 points off the board.
That's right. They're used to having Kemp in there. Those, just the long arms and having to alter your shot a little bit to get the shot off.
A little offense-defense here as Avery is in and out. They'll use her on offense and then get her out on defense.
Covenant turning up the tempo a little bit. Playing hard. Need to be careful not to draw foul.
Foul? You mean like that?
Just like that. Just like that. Park Tudor at the free throw line. That's going to be critical to keep your pressure but keep your head.
Hoffman just picked up her 4th. I will be surprised if nobody fouls out the rest of the game.
Yeah, we're down to it now. There's not much room for error.
And you can see there's only, 4 players on the bench for Park Tudor, so it isn't like they have a whole lot of room to maneuver.
Right.
Smiley had 4 points in the first half because of foul trouble. She had to sit a lot, but she gets her first point of the second half, and it's a 1-point lead.
Rehart came back in. She's going to have to make sure that she takes care of the basketball, but make sure that she stays in the game for sure. That's the key for Covenant Christian.
1 more for Smiley. 2 big free throws, lead at 2.
Good ball reversal.
Out front, Rademacher. Nice pass underneath the double team. Trying to find a good shot.
Drive.
Avery drives and scores.
The problem with Avery's last one wasn't hard enough. It wasn't hard enough.
Yeah.
You saw that one. She hit her, she hit the back of her shoes with it.
Tied at 40, and we have another turnover by Park Tudor. Great move.
Yep, that layup should have been rated. Like, we should be giving her a 10 on that. That was great.
By the way, that is now 29 turnovers for Park Tudor. I told you I was going to keep it a secret, but I just had to let it out.
It is. You did.
The drive,
Good
the left-hand shot, good by Mariah Armstrong. 5 in the
needs
quarter.
to keep the pressure here. Keep the pressure, but be smart about it.
42-40. And another turnover. This time, Kemp throws it too high.
Yep, that's what that pressure will do for you. Keep that pressure on the ball handlers where they can't see. Make the easy pass. And now Covenant, as Rehart's telling them right now, calm down. Calm down.
So far, Covenant has outscored Park Tudor 14-4 in this last quarter of play. Under 3 minutes to go. Wide open as Mariah Armstrong missed it.
We got an injury. We got Rehart down.
Yeah, she
Not
went
sure
down
what happened.
here near the bench area.
Cramp.
We're going to
Maybe
take
a cramp.
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout. We'll check on her. 42-40 Covenant.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Well, Avery seems to be okay. That's good news if your Covenant, it looks like a cramp, was the issue there. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Clean Slate. You can find your future in the cloud. They're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. For more information, contact Clean Slate at 866-885-3249. Well, if Avery didn't come back, and of course those cramps can be tricky, that's a big loss.
It's a huge loss. They're going to have to handle the ball by committee, and they're going to have to go slow to do it. They're going to have to slow down and just take care of the basketball.
Well, there's another turnover. That is now 31 on Park Tudor. Boy, they have shot themselves in the foot all game long, but now big turnovers here in the fourth.
Just need to use all your time to get the ball across, get the ball to the middle, and then pull it back out. Just take care of the basketball.
15-footers missed by Rademacher, able to get the offensive rebound. Now here's where you need a little patience as well. The drive and the miss by Armstrong. And the quick outlet. 2-on-1 break back the other way. Missing the shot is Squires and a foul call. So let me go back to the other end, Coach.
Yep.
Use a little clock right there, right? I mean, if you get a good shot, take it, but there's no hurry.
Right. Yeah, I think you want to run your offense, but kind of in this game, we've not really seen them be very patient. When Rehart's in the game, she settled them down quite a bit, so they run more offense. And they need one of their guards to step up and just take control and make the easy pass and keep moving the basketball until they get a good shot.
Big free throw there by Squires. She had missed her previous two. Chance to tie the ball game here, and does.
She's a big key for them. She's a nice player.
By the way, they've had one basket in this fourth quarter. That was the Kemp basket. Other than that, everything free throws. So now we've got a reaching foul. Yep, Squires picked up number 5.
Yeah, that's a critical one for Park Tudor. She's done a nice job of handling the basketball for them. And as a player, that's something you just got to know. I have 4 fouls, and I'm more important on the floor than I am on the bench. That one play is not going to make or break me. I got to stay in the game, especially with 2 minutes left.
Chandler Eve will come back in, so Squires fouls out with 9.
This is where coming to the ball is important, coming to meet the pass, taking care of the basketball.
15-footer went 14 by Hoffman. And now Park Tudor a chance to regain the lead right here. Skip pass, 3-pointers up and no good. Smiley can't get it to fall. Nice offensive rebound, put back no by Eve. She falls to the floor off the rebound by Mariah Armstrong.
Oh, you need to slow down there. Take care of the basketball.
Minute 19 remaining. That is Armstrong. The floater good.
She got it.
7 by Armstrong in the fourth quarter. She now has 11. And we've got another foul the other way. This might be on Lloyd Dawson, and that'll be her 4th. Oh, they're going to say number 5 on Lloyd Dawson, so she fouls out with 4. Want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Give them a call at 317-686-6239. Missed free throw. And also want to remind you that tonight's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Second free throw good. Smiley now with 7.
Got a timeout, Park Tudor.
We're going to keep it here for this one. Remind you once again, don't forget, check out IndianaSRN. You can see our schedule. Over 100 games are scheduled this year in basketball alone. Trying to get and do some wrestling. Do you wrestle? I mean,
No. Our wrestling matches are very well attended.
Yeah.
And we have a girls team. We had 2 girls make the semi-state last year.
Oh,
and
boy.
A state finalist or a state competitor.
Yeah.
So it's growing and it's fantastic and it's exciting to watch. And,
when I was growing up many years ago, they always had the lighter weights followed by, and then you got to the heavyweight. There was no weight limit there, and that everybody was so excited about the heavyweight. Now you kind of change it around, don't they, where you can start in the middle and didn't always want the pressure on the heavyweight at the end, I guess.
No, for sure. Yeah. If I'm Park Tudor here, I come out and I apply pressure. If you have Rehard, I don't think she's coming back in. But without her in the game, I apply some pressure here, especially trailing by 1 at this point, trying not to foul, obviously. They've got Kemp on top, trying to give their guard a little bit of hard time getting the ball inbound. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, 6'2" and those long arms. Of course, she has 4 fouls. And you can move down on the baseline,
and
the
you've
inbound.
got her trapping, so it's hard to reverse the basketball.
Yep. Skip pass.
Covenant just needs to slow down and take care of the ball.
Oh, you jinxed him.
I did. Park Tudor needs a set here. They need to run a set, try to get the ball in Kemp's hands.
Well, it might help if you keep it in bounds. 32 turnovers now by Park Tudor.
Yeah, same strategy here for Park Tudor. And Covenant's got to be more patient with the basketball.
There's your trap on the sideline and a foul call. That's going to go against number 12, which is solid. I believe that's just number 2 on her. Well, this is really where you need Avery in the lineup, don't you? I mean, that extra ball handler. And
absolutely.
Looks
this
like
is a good learning opportunity for one of their younger guards to step up and have to assume that responsibility, depending on what her injury happens to be.
We'll take a timeout. Covenant leads it by 1.
Me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Down the back stretch in this one, 42.8 seconds remaining. Covenant leading it by 1, and they have the basketball.
This is where your senior leadership has to step up and handle the basketball for Covenant. Take care of the basketball, make sure you're shooting free throws the rest of the way out.
Boy, and Park Tudor has to be careful who picks up a foul because they lost Squires. Smiley has 4, Kemp has 4. The attack and the shot's going to be missed. Coming away with it is Walters. And another timeout, this time by Park Tudor.
Probably a good timeout there, a little hurried. I don't love the shot for Covenant right there.
Now, I was just going to ask you that.
No, I don't love that shot. I really feel like free throws in that situation are the best you can do. Put yourself at the line.
A lot of that also comes just from his, you talk about earlier when Park Tudor has such a young basketball team, it takes time to learn some of these things in the game of basketball, just like you would anything else. But boy, you hate to shoot. That's now, 2 times that we thought maybe they could have pulled it back out and run a little extra clock.
Right. Well, then you put Park Tudor in a situation where they have to come out and foul you.
Yeah.
You're running clock, they have to foul you. So right here, Covenant has to be careful because Park Tudor's in the bonus, and they have to not foul.
All right, let's see what happens. 26.8 remaining. Park Tudor with 1 timeout remaining. Nearly turned it over again.
Looks like we might be taking the last shot.
It certainly appears to be. The triple team inside, almost knocked away, and then stolen. On the steal is Hoffman. Hoffman back the other way is going to be fouled with 10.1 to go.
Yeah, 2 big free throws there. Good hands.
They're going to get Smiley for number 5. So they lose another important player. 2 of their guards have now fouled out. And now Hoffman at the line. If she hits them both, it's a 3-point lead. And I'm trying to think here, other than Squires and Chandler, they both hit threes, so a solid, but all those threes came early in the ballgame. Nothing in the fourth quarter, and unfortunately a missed free throw by Hoffman.
Yeah, she really needs to make this one. And if I'm Covenant, I'm calling a timeout after this free throw.
They're going to get one right now.
Or now.
Yeah, they got one right now. We're going to keep it here for this one, 44-43. High school football Friday night. We're down to the sectional championship round. Of course, we will be at the Roncalli and Bishop Chittard game. And then Evansville Memorial will take on Heritage Hills down in the southern part of the state. Again, both games here on IndianaSRN.org. All right, how do you want to play this one, Coach? You hit the free throw. You're up by 2. Certainly don't want to foul now because it's going to put them to the line for 2. So what's the game plan now?
For me, I'm going to go into a contained zone where I make them use the clock. We're going to talk about not fouling. We're going to talk about taking the gaps away where they can't drive. And we certainly don't want to foul while they're shooting. So we want to make sure that we're closing everybody out. My back people, I'd front them up. I'd front up their back people so that there's no long passes. Any pass that's going to go is going to go out of bounds. But some type of press, definitely, whether it's passive or a passive man even.
Boy, and again, Park Tudor without Squires and Smiley to help bring that ball down the floor. That is really big for them not to have those 2 players. So Hoffman back at the line. By the way, she has not scored tonight. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Holding Park Tudor to 1 basket here in the fourth quarter. Everything else came from free throws, and that was 5 other points. Second free throw is good.
We've got a little bit token. We got somebody that ran out back there. I'm not sure they're guarded.
Got to keep an eye on the clock if you're Park Tudor, and I think she stepped out of bounds.
Yes, she did. There's the token pressure that causes all of those things to hurry, and when you don't have your guard in the game, those are the kind of good things that can happen for you.
So now Park Tudor will have to foul immediately with 5.2 remaining.
And I think he has 3 timeouts left, so we still have 3 timeouts left here as well.
Off the inbound. Park
Foul?
Tudor letting time
No
run
foul?
out. No foul at all. Park Tudor made a huge gap at the end of the ball game. 45-43 your final as Covenant opens up with a win. Coach, your final thoughts on this one here this evening?
I think tempo changed the game. Turnovers calmed down at the end, and Covenant was able to make that free throw and then close it out.
And certainly the 34 turnovers by Park Tudor, something they'll have to go back to the drawing board and kind of figure that out, won't they?
Yeah, I think as a coach, that's where you have to start, definitely with the turnovers and taking care of the basketball.
Want to remind you tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, along with Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Burtner Electric, the Morales Group, and the IndianaSRN Sports page. And don't forget about the Drumstick Dash. Move your feet so others can eat. And there we have the sports page. Thanks for being with us. Your final score, Covenant knocking up Park Tudor 45-43 here on IndianaSRN.